I'd like to order a takeaway for 3. Okay, lame joke. So Taken 3, starring Liam Neeson, obviously the follow-up to Taken 1 and 2. So Taken 1 was a beloved action film that really kind of set this kind of older actor action movie genre and kind of have made it a thing now that people want to watch, with obviously a whole bunch of kind of Liam Neeson actioners, but other films like The Equalizer as well, really kind of cementing these kind of older actors as real action heroes. Now Taken 2 was less well received, but this was mainly down to the director Oliver Megaton.
You're saying a Transformer wrote that?
No, that's Megatron.
What?
The Transformer, it's Megatron.
What?
Now he's back for the 3rd movie, which is a real shame because he was the main problem with the second film. The problems that are prevalent there are prevalent on this one. But let's talk about the story first of all. So this one is a little bit different from the other 2 movies because there's not actually anyone being taken, although you could argue that Liam Neeson's ex-wife, her life is taken, I suppose. Anyway, that's the real plot here. It really follows the kind of the same plot as the Fugitive movie starring Harrison Ford that was based on the TV show itself. And Famke Janssen plays his wife, and she's murdered kind of relatively early on in the film, so maybe it's a spoiler, but it's pretty much the whole premise of the film. And he's obviously framed for the murder, and he has to sort of go on the run from the police, the FBI, and some sort of criminal element as well. And he is really just kind of out there sort of trying to sort of prove his innocence and track down the real culprits. And it's kind of a chase film, very much like The Fugitive. Now, to be quite honest, a lot of criticism has been levelled at this film. The fact that it is such a kind of generic action, and Liam Neeson just in it for a paycheck. And although I see the arguments there, I actually don't think this movie is, plot-wise, it's not bad in regards to plot. I think it is quite generic, but it's still kind of a fun movie. In regards to its plots, I think it's a serviceable plot. You know, I think they maybe telegraph the real villain a little bit too obviously, to be quite honest. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but if I say that's the case. So that is a little bit of a problem, I guess, but nevertheless, I think the actual plot itself, not quite as bad as I think people make it out to be. But what is the problem? It's bloody Oliver Megaton. Christ, he cannot direct action. If you like action like this... So you get the idea. The action is horribly shot in this film, and that was the main problem with the second film as well. The camera work is far too close, the editing is unbelievably quick editing, and it just makes for a horrible cinema experience. So I actually recommend, if you see this film, see it on a small screen, because when you're at the cinema you're literally having to do this because the camera is kind of so jumping around all over the place. You literally can't focus on what's going on. It's a horrible experience. This guy should simply not direct action. Why the hell didn't Luc Besson direct this? I have no idea, because this guy is crap. And it's a real shame, because although I don't think this could have ever got to the kind of the critical success, at least, than the original Taken, I think it could have been a lot better than Taken 2. And I'd argue probably it is slightly better, but unfortunately not by a lot, and not for the same reasons. But you know, Liam Neeson is an enjoyable presence to watch, and you know, it's a little bit slower, this film, I think, and the action doesn't really kind of ramp up until probably an hour into it. To be honest, it's more of a kind of almost a mystery, and a kind of you know, finding out what's happening and kind of watching all these kind of like things that, you know, clues and stuff like that. Now, I guess another issue I have with it is that I think it's fairly obvious that Liam Neeson didn't do this, and we see sort of evidence throughout the film, and we got Forrest Whitaker as the kind of I guess the lead detective who is chasing Liam Neeson down, and it's pretty obvious that, you know, we see, I can't really give it away, but there's some evidence involving bagels, there's some evidence involving video footage that clearly means that Liam Neeson isn't the one they're looking for, but they still go after him. It doesn't make sense. So this film was frustrating, to be honest. I think it had the potential to be pretty good, if not an amazing film, to be fair, but unfortunately it was let down Oliver Megaton. get out of here. I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. What did you think of it? Leave me a comment. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.